สิรักเรานกพระภูมิบาลบุญญาดิเรกบรมจักรินทร์พระสยามมินพระยศยิ่งยงเย็นศิราเพราะพระบริบาลบนพระคุณเธอรักษาปวงประชาเป็นสุขสันต์ขอบันดาลประสงค์ใดจงสำเร็จดังหวังว่าหรือหาหรือไทยดุจจะถวายชัยชัยโย
สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome to Grade 10 Celebrations. In the next few days, it will be the end of academic year 2021, and always at the end of the year, it's time for us to look back, review, reflect, as well as perhaps thinking of the new journey that is waiting for us. Grade 10, you have done a lot. You have contributed to inside the classroom, outside the classroom. You have been reflecting what UWC Thailand believe and what we would like to continue. So my suggestion is perhaps in the next 2 or 3 weeks when you're going on the holiday, take a lot of rest. You spend time with whatever your inquiry or your interest is, because when you come back next year, the diploma program which is waiting for you, someday you need a lot of encouragement. Someday you need to fight and working very, very hard in order to broaden your thinking and in order to deepen your thinking. So ขอบคุณมากนะคะ Congratulations for what your success that you have been contribute this year, and I'm looking forward to welcome you with the next journey and next chapter in diploma program. ขอบคุณค่ะ
Welcome everybody. And now that we finally have reached this moment, the end of your NYP journey, there's simply only one word that jumps out, and that's being open-minded. Open-minded to go from a ceremony without parents to one with parents, for which I'm grateful. So welcome to those online and welcome to the parents here in the room. Open-minded to all the challenges that have been thrown at you this year. Open-minded to change from classes in the school to online, to back into the school, to back online. And we also had a couple of those hybrid lessons on top of things, just to throw us off. Open-minded to welcome new friends through the camera of a computer, and welcome them in through a computer, and now again, welcome them on a computer screen, not being with us in person, but already somewhere around the globe. Open-minded in your approach to the personal project, where you were not able to go to the places you wanted to go or see or meet the people you needed to meet. Open-minded in your discussions about a healthy personal relationship, learning from others by simply listening and trying to understand the other person's perspective. Open-minded in your approach to life in general, with the options and the choices you had to make with the restrictions due to COVID in place. All these moments combined have given you the opportunity to grow and to develop the skills that you really need for the years to come. It has given you the grit, the determination and the self-management skills needed to conquer the diploma program with Krukedi. I have no doubt that you are all ready, You've outgrown the MYP. You are ready to explore a new world with some extra new faces and new challenges. Enjoy and embrace your new journey at UWC Thailand with an open mind.
My favorite moment of grade 10 is about to happen in 3 weeks.
My best moment in grade 10 was definitely some of the performing in drama. It was very fun, very eventful.
My favorite moment about grade 10 is camp and how fun it was, and also finishing PP.
My favorite moment of grade 10 is spending time in the DT room and with Crew John.
For me, my favorite moments of grade 10 this year have to be grade 10 camp, going around sailing and eating all the delicious food that we got to get. Yes, that was one of my highlights, as well as pressing submit on the personal project Dropbox, which was a great feeling. And of course, socializing with a lot of my school friends from other grades right here at the Shaka Shack during lunchtime and break.
My favorite memory is the Secret Santa we did as a whole class, because it kind of bonded all of us and we were able to learn new things about each other and what we liked, which was fun.
Well, my favorite memory of grade 10, I've only been here for a little while, but camp was really fun. Like, we made a lot of memories, boat trips, it was amazing.
Okay, my favorite part of the year is definitely camp. At the end of camp, we all play in the pool and have fun together. Yeah.
My favorite memory from grade 10 was finishing the personal project.
My favorite memory of grade 10 was probably the camp, because we got to collaborate and get to know each other more.
My favorite moment of grade 10 was either the personal project or camp, because we got to spend a lot of time with our classmates.
My favorite memory of grade 10 is camp time. And at that time, we don't have any phones and we don't have any computers. And the only thing that we have is like friends. So we spend 5 days with friends together, and we are improve our friendship relationship with each other. And at that time, I'm feeling that it's so good, and we can communicate with each other and we can talk a lot of things without any school stuff. So it makes me very fun and it makes me very happy.
My favorite memory about MYP is a camp, and exactly the time when we were driving a boat, because I have never done it before, and for me that was the most fun and
The best moment I've had at UWCT so far is grade 10 camp, because during that week I got to know everybody way better, and that whole week was just filled with like fun activities and it was really interesting.
The most memorable experience for me during grade 10 would definitely have to be grade 10 camp. Camp was so interesting and exciting, especially because we did not have our computers and phones and social media distracting us from everything else. We got to spend quality time with each other and get to know each other much, much better. I really enjoyed spending time with people and also learning how to drive boats, which was incredible, and also new survival skills that will definitely help me in life. So that is why grade 10 camp will hands down have to be the most memorable experience of grade 10.
Hello all, I'd like to welcome you to this grand and joyous occasion. Here we are at the end of our MYP. It's been a long and difficult 4 years, but we're ready to graduate now, believe it or not, us grade 10s. And this speech is a speech of gratitude towards the many people who have helped us along our journey to get to this final point. So to our teachers, I'd like to thank the teachers for always striving for us to do our best, and during online school, providing an amazing sense of education even when it was difficult for us students waking up at 8 a.m. in our pajamas to join time in. You strived for our excellence, and you showed your passion in class so that we could choose which courses we wanted to select in the DP program. To our parents, we'd like to thank them for always being there for us, grabbing us by the hair, pulling out of bed every morning, making sure we're dressed and fed for school, and then obviously chaperoning us, taking us to sporting events and to the beach or even Central with the friends and more. There's a dozen things to be thankful for our parents along this amazing journey, and these are only one way that we can thank you. To our principal, secondary principal, to the office staff and cleaning staff, thank you so much for making things as smooth as possible at school so that the teachers could focus on us. We're better off for it. And so to conclude our NYP years, I'd like to just have our whole class thank everyone beside them. If you're with your parents right now online or in school with your teachers, we'd like you to just take a second to thank them for what they've done. And the best thing that we can do is take what we've learned here, this amazing opportunity, and move into the DP with our head down and our bum up and do the best that we can, provided that we have had an amazing education here at UWCT.
Administration, faculty, family and friends, and of course, grade 10 students. Good morning. I've had the pleasure of being the grade 10 homeroom teacher for 6 years now, and I've really enjoyed having the fact to work with the grade 10s as they move from the MYP to the DP. And this year, with this class, I had the opportunity to actually see them work last year in grade 9 during the kayaking trip. And during that time, the kayaking trip, I already saw their resiliency and their teamwork. I can remember that none of you needed to be towed during that 5-day trip. And I can always remember the time in the mud when you guys were pulling out the kayaks and Crew Rob was yelling at you. You worked together, you had fun, and you got the kayaks out. And that's what I've seen from you in grade 10. So this year has been a tough year for you. You know, we've had hybrid learning, we've had online learning, we've had students here, not here. But as new students came into the class, you welcomed them with open arms. And the new students coming in, you were also able to be resilient and to join the class and make new friends. And that's exactly what is important for you guys next year in the DP. Obviously, it's going to be very difficult. You want to be resilient, and then you want to open up your arms to new students, which is really important. But most important is that you remember all the good times you've had with each other in the PYP and the MYP. All those friendships that you built, because that foundation is going to be very important for you the next 2 years in the DP. So I will miss you. I'm sure I'll see you guys around campus, and I hope to teach many of you next year in the DP. I wish you luck. Congratulations on completing this year, along with the personal project and other things that you had to do during the grade 10. Take care, good luck, and see you next year. Anna Basmanova. Ming Hebe Chen. Araya Cherapi. Hudson Edmond. Sean Heather. Gato Kondo. Kulanen Fong Mungjaran. Talisa Mathu. Hunter Milgate. Ishan Raje Bosle. Henry Stewart. Zara Tate. Tara Thorburn. Manny Trin. Michelle Wern. Zhang YZ Yip. Caitlin Yo.
I think the funniest memory of grade 10 was probably the Duke of Ed trip, which is really weird because not many students in our class actually went on it, but it was pretty memorable in the fact that we were supposed to stay in tents, which probably would have been quite, I don't know, sufferable because they planned the trip earlier in the year. Then with COVID we had to push it back so it was hotter. So one time we were staying in the hotel, right, and we were staying in different rooms. Then we invited a couple of the girls over to our room. So it was Caitlin, Araya, Tara, Manny and me, and we were playing What Do You Meme, and it was so funny. And I don't know, that was probably like the funniest time because we were all just enjoying ourselves, even though it was the most difficult time because we had to kayak for so many hours in such heat, but we were still able to be so happy at the end of the day. And I think my other memory will probably be when Manny woke us up in the morning by singing to us. Tara and I definitely hated it, seeing as it was like 6 a.m, but that was probably the funniest time. I think maybe another time as well was probably like grade 10 camp. I think just rooming with people we haven't really hung out with, it was kind of fun. And also the fact that when we had to wake Manny up at 4 a.m. in the morning to go to training, it would wake everybody else up, so we're all in it together. But the thing is, some people are more like sensitive to light, so I don't know, it was just funny. I don't know, it's not really going to be funny to anybody but me, but
One of the funniest things that happened this year was that during our mountain biking unit, we went through many trails over like a few weeks. And one of the trails, we went down a really fast hill, which was like on the road where we came off the trail. It was like a really fast slope going down into a sharp turn. And we were all going down really quickly. And I almost went straight, I didn't think that was a turn, and I almost went flying straight through a house. But luckily I locked up my back wheel and did some Tokyo drift and twisted my body just enough to make the turn. And going down that slope, Hunter almost crashed into crew Jason because they didn't know which side they were passing each other. And yeah, most of the funny things happened during like activities that we had in school, so that was pretty fun.
This year in grade 10, the funniest moments have to be the times where we go and try and get lunch in the cafeteria and get kicked out, but do our best to get in on that early lunch queue because the grade 10s don't get into lunch until 1:15. And you can imagine all of us hungry boys and girls, you know, we can smell the food and we're hungry, so we just try and sneak in before 1:15 the best we can.
This story happened when our class went on a camp. That was in March, and we went for 5 days to learn how to drive a boat. That was super fun because we had no phones and we communicate a lot. So everyone were divided into the groups, and each morning everyone leave and we came back after lunch and have fun in the pool before dinner. So one day I decided to go to my room to take some things when everyone was in the pool, and I closed the door after me. And you need to know that the door looked like a big window. So when I found what I wanted, I was super excited to go out. so I ran as fast as possible, and forgetting about the closed window, I crashed into it with all my fight. The window crumpled and I even fall. When I came out, everyone was laughing, and some people even was laying on the floor laughing. So even my friend heard how I crashed in, being in another room. And on the window we had a print of my nose that stayed there for like a long time. And before leaving, we washed my window for like 5 days. And yeah, that was super fun, and some people still remember about this.